Hi, Student Success Seminar. Welcome to Fall 2020. This is an online first 8-week only course. I am Dr. Linda Remark, and I will be with you these next 8 weeks online. And so I thought I would start the course with a little video to introduce you to some of the features of the course, especially if you've never taken an online course with Stark State or particularly using Blackboard, but also to introduce you to how the weeks are going to be set up and specifically week 1 work. So first thing is, if you are watching this video from a link from your email, and you have not completed the Succeeding Online Orientation, you're going to want to do that first. If you have not taken an online course here at the college, that is something that you're going to have to do. It's 6 modules and it's going to walk you through Blackboard to help make sure that you are setting yourself up for a successful online experience. So if you have not done that already, please make sure you do that first because you won't be able to access this course until you complete that orientation. Okay, so when you do get into the course after your orientation, or if you've already completed that in a past semester, you're going to see the Start Here area. So this is kind of your home base whenever you log into the course. It's going to give you a real quick course overview. It'll hopefully say your name right there. Down here, it's going to have a welcome. So this is just a little bit about myself so that you can find out a little bit about me. Under that, you'll start to see the syllabi. So the master syllabus is just a real kind of blanket syllabus. Every course uses a master. It's real general. It's just going to give you some general information. So you're free. It's like 2 pages long. Free to kind of look around in that. But our course specifically is linked right here. So you'll click on that and you'll open it up. And this will give you some specific information to our course. You know, this is Student Success. There's actually 3 courses merged into one right now, which is why you may see several students. There's about 80 of you right now in this one particular course, even though you might have your own CRN number. We are Web3, which means we never meet face-to-face. It's all online. Again, my name is Dr. Linda Remark. I have some office hours on campus this semester, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, if you are ever on campus in E244. Or on Thursdays, I am online from 9:30 to 12 through Zoom or Collaborate. Now, that doesn't mean that that's the only time you can reach me. I am frequently on early in the morning, late in the evening, on weekends, but these are the days and times that for sure you can reach me kind of live, so to speak. But you are always welcome to send me an email. I try to respond to emails very quickly so that you have a quick turnaround. We will talk about the text here in just a few minutes. Here are the ways that you are assessed. There are 380 points this semester. There's a breakdown of how you earn your grades or what the grades are. Some class policies, attendance for an online class. Attendance is mostly taken through discussion posts. So on the weeks where there is a discussion post, they are going to be due by Wednesday nights. And if you do that on time, it's 100% attendance for that week. If you are late, you still get 50% attendance. So just because maybe you miss 1 week, don't think, oh, I just shouldn't even post. Still post. You'll still get at least partial credit. If we have no discussion board or forum that week, which that happens just a couple times, homework will be due by Sunday night, and that's how I'll take attendance. If you've submitted all your homework on time by Sunday night, 100% for that week. If you only did maybe 1 of the 2 assignments or maybe 2 of the 4 assignments, you'll get partial attendance credit. You have to have a 70% or higher course attendance to pass the class, which means if you miss 3 classes, you already drop below 70%. So please make sure you're online checking things often. Here are some information about withdrawing. You have until Monday, October 5th, since this is an 8-week class, to withdraw from our class. And then there's the course calendar. So it goes through kind of week by week, so you know exactly what you're supposed to be working on. I also publish announcements and messages and videos like this where you can make sure that you're staying up with everything. So that's the syllabus. So I encourage you to take a look around at the syllabus. Underneath there, again, there's some more resources. So here's our textbook. This is great. We just started this late spring. Your textbook is free. Your textbook is online. There are no access codes, usernames, passwords, anything like that. And there are links to our textbook throughout the entire course. Here's the first link. So when you click, it'll take you into our course. Look right there, Chapter 1. On the left-hand side, there are the contents. So our week 1 is actually going to be talking about Chapter 1 and to. So you and your college experience and staying motivated. Whenever you are in the text, you just kind of scroll down through. You'll see maybe some self-assessments. You'll see some activities. You'll see some text. And then down at the bottom right is how you navigate through everything you get through your chapters. So that's the textbook. Again, really easy to access, free online. Underneath that are some more resources, some expectations of myself for you, of the class in general, and a lot of different things if you need help with anything. Lots of links there, so I encourage you to click around and look there. From there, you'll go into the lessons area, and this is where most of your work will be completed. There's another link for our textbook right there, and you'll see those links inside each individual week as well. And I'm going to get back to this in just a few minutes, but underneath that, you'll see there are a couple of discussion boards. So here's Muddy Point, and you'll see I've already put my first thread in there. This is where you can pose a question. It's kind of like raising your hand if we were in a face-to-face class. If you had a question, I can answer it, although you are also posing, because it's public, any student can answer it. If you have a personal to you question, I would recommend using email or Blackboard Messenger, but you are welcome to kind of pose a question there. To pose a new thread in any discussion board, you simply click on the discussion board, go to Create Thread, put your subject, put your content, and hit Submit, and that's it. When I go to respond to someone's comment, I click, it doesn't matter where I click, I guess it does right there. I click in there, I read the original response, and then I hit reply. I put my content, and then I hit submit. And that's important because you'll be doing that in our weeks. There are two of the discussion boards. Here's the student lounge. Here's where I'm going to encourage you to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your name, what's your major, what semester is this, any likes, goals, accomplishments, those kind of things. And that's, again, kind of taking the place, because we're not face-to-face, of that interaction with one another. So those are right there. Now you'll see that there's a required syllabus quiz. This is multiple choice, and you have to get 100% in order to open week 1. Now this does not go in the grade book in terms of like, oh, you're going to get 10 out of 10 no matter what. It's simply to make sure that you know what the syllabus says, you know the requirements, you know your expectations, and then you'll see that week 1, which you will see on my screen. You're not going to see on your screen quite yet. After you get that 100%, that week 1 will pop open, and then you'll be able to get in there and start working. So again, the required syllabus quiz, it said, hey, you need to, take it. You can take as many attempts as possible, and then you'll see it's all multiple choice. You'll answer your questions, and then you'll hit save answer and move to the next one. If you are not sure about a particular answer, remember, just pull up your actual syllabus. Pull it up and make sure that you have it in front of you, or print it off, or just toggle back and forth if you need to. So that's a little bit of that lessons area. I'm going to show you a couple things over on the left-hand side before I get into week 1. Here in course messages, this is where I will send you messages. Sometimes they're individual, sometimes it's by group. Anything I send in here to a group, I will also send in an email, and will also show up on this announcement page. So you'll see there's already an announcement. Our coordinator put this in, but I will be putting announcements several times a week in there. Anything I put there, I also copy into the course messages. And so you are welcome to create messages and send them to me. If you needed to respond to me or create a message, I would hit create message, go to 2. All of your classmates are in here, so you have to scroll quite a bit. There I am. Hit that little button over. Write your subject, your content, and submit. The other thing over here is your grades, so you can obviously keep up with your grades anytime you're in here. I do try to grade as quickly as I can. Just keep in mind with 80 of you students, not to mention my other 100 students in other classes, if I'm a day or so behind, I apologize, but I do try to grade as quickly as I can. I will let you know that with discussion forums, I usually don't grade discussion forums until Thursdays, because that gives people time to get their attendance posts done. And then I'll usually enter attendance probably Thursday or Friday, and then keep up with it through the weekend. Other things in here might be automatically graded, so you'll see a couple of these things. As soon as you complete them, the grades should copy into the gradebook automatically. If it says in progress for too long, it probably means you didn't complete the assignment all the way. Also on the left-hand side, just a couple other things, Blackboard help, digital library, help desk, so a bunch of different resources there if you need access to them. All right, let's go to lessons and let's start talking about your first week. You'll see right here a student services assignment. This is brand new, so just be patient with me. This is something that our coordinator put in for this first time this semester because not a lot is going on campus this semester, obviously with COVID, but we still wanted students to know what's going on around campus and be involved. So what you're going to do is virtually attend one of these workshops, and I'm going to upload kind of the links on how to get in there as well so that you'll have that information. But what you'll do is like, here's like the offerings. You'll see them in picture form. Like, oh, you know what? I do need help on how to determine fake news or research questions. And so it'll tell you when they're available and the times, and it's online only. Again, I will be posting links and directions on how to get into those workshops. But if that didn't capture your attention, maybe you want to know about stress management. So that could be helpful to you. So you're going to look at those different offerings and complete one of those. You have until the end of our 8-week course. Our course ends October 23rd. So you have until October 23rd to complete that. Obviously, the sooner you get it out of the way, the better, but you might also want to wait until the one that you're really interested in. Whenever you do complete it, you'll get like a little receipt, an email receipt from whoever's putting on the workshop. You'll click in here, and you will, let's say you saved it on your desktop, wherever it is. You'll open it and you'll submit it that way. That is ongoing all semester long, so I will remind you of that as we go. So now let's go ahead and go into week 1. So we are in week 1. Week 1 opens August 31st and will close September 6th. All weeks open on a Monday and they close on a Sunday. Every single week will be set up the same, so it's consistent, so you know what to expect. It'll give you an overview of the week, what you're reviewing and looking at, the assignments you're completing, and then what's coming up next. You'll also have the learning objectives, materials, and assignments. So let's take a look at what you're doing in this first week. You have 4 assignments. You are going to be reading chapters 1 and 2. So again, back in our textbook, and you'll see when you get into, I know I'm toggling back and forth again, sorry. When you go into the materials folder, there's links to your textbooks. There's also slides. If you are like, you know what, I'd really rather like read through a slide. Use the slides, use them both. It's whatever works best for you and your learning styles. So for now, I'm just going to look at the textbook. So chapter 1 is all about your college experience. And so maybe you are going to be very diligent and click through and read every single item. Or maybe, you know what, you're like, wait a minute. What is college? Like, what's the purpose of college? What is this going to look like? Especially if this is your first semester. Maybe this isn't your first semester, so you already have this information, but you want to talk about your learning styles and how you learn. So you'll click on here and it's going to talk about different learning styles and how to go about the studying and preparation process of learning. So I really do encourage you to kind of click through maybe the content in particular and see, is there a topic inside these chapters I really need to focus on, or should I just look through the entire chapter? Chapter 2 is staying motivated, organized, and on track. I don't know about you, but lately I feel like my life is everywhere. I'm a parent, so I'm struggling with my kids and their schooling, the college, you know, just like any other place of business right now. Rules are changing every day, and so being organized and being motivated has been tricky. So this chapter I think is very timely for us. But here, if you need some specific thing, okay, I have struggles with time management or space management, that's what's going to talk about in chapter 2. So that's what you're going to use in terms of your materials. You're going to be looking through chapters 1 and 2. Now, your assignments for this week. You're going to complete 4 assignments, and it lists them right here, but you're actually going to find them right in here, assignments. And it'll here again, here's what you're doing. So discussion, you have 2 discussion posts, and I apologize, it's like right off the bat. 2 discussion posts you're going to have to complete by Wednesday night, and that's why I have a note on the front page of week 1 saying both are count toward your attendance. So they're set up very similarly. It says use this discussion form. You're going to look, there are 9 topics in chapter 1 discussion. Choose 4 of them. So whatever 4 seems to kind of fit your interest or your needs, and respond to each of the 2 statements. So let's say you talk about attitude. My most negative attitude toward college is what? How can you be more positive? So that's all you're doing is choosing 4 to respond to. And under here, it gives you an example of a post, so you know kind of how to set it up. Once you have completed that, I'll actually go ahead and get into the forum too. So remember, we create thread, and it'll pop up here again so you have it in a couple different places. Once you've completed your own, then you need to respond to 2 classmates. Respond to 2 classmates. And by respond, we mean genuine, like authentic responses, not just I agree or I disagree. Like, go into depth a little bit. Talk about why you agree, why you disagree. Okay. Again, I know I'm clicking around a whole bunch here. So that's chapter 1 discussion. Very similar, chapter 2, you have a list of 6 topics, and you're just choosing 2 of the 6. Same thing, complete the 2 statements. Once you complete your original, go in and respond to 2 classmates. So for week 1, you're responding to 4 classmates total, 2 in chapter 1 and 2 in chapter 2. Okay. That's how you get your attendance for week 1. You respond by Wednesday night. You have until Sunday to respond to the classmates though. The other assignments that you're doing is the College Digital Scavenger Hunt and the Title IX Training and Quiz. Both of these are automatically graded assignments. You'll click on them and they'll open into a new window. And it's going to do a little
Stark State College offers some excellent resources that will help you.
And you'll kind of walk through, and it's going to maybe give you some links to click on, some things to try to look at. And it's going to ask you a series of multiple choice questions. And it's basically just making sure that you're familiar with campus, even though you're not physically on campus. So that's the scavenger hunt. And then very similar to Title IX, it's going to go in, it's going to be one of these kind of moving PowerPoints again, and then you'll be asked a series of questions.
This presentation is designed to help you.
Okay. So when you are completed with those 2 in particular, I would suggest going to My Grades and looking and seeing, did they copy over okay? I am manually grading your discussion forms, but those other 2 assignments are automatically graded. So that is week 1. So when you log in, complete your syllabus quiz first. That'll open up week 1. And go ahead and get in there, spend some time in chapters 1 and 2. And then you're going to want to make sure you're responding your original response in both discussion forms by Wednesday for your full attendance points, and then respond to 2 classmates in each forum by Sunday. You're also completing the scavenger hunt and Title IX quiz by Sunday for those just regular assignment points. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, let me know. I'm here to just make sure that we have as smooth of a start as possible. All right, have a great first week.